We begin this morning with Dr. Ashleigh Faris, OSU Extension entomologist, and we're talking about the corn leafhopper insect, which is back in Oklahoma again this year. Kind of tell us what's going on and what scouters are seeing so far.
Sure. So we had our first report from one of our colleagues with Bayer, an agronomist, who found the insect in Choctaw County, actually just outside of Frogville. So we're thinking where it's about 30 miles south of Hugo, Oklahoma, right there on the Texas and Oklahoma border along the Red River. When they found the insect, they said that they were seeing a number of them in a cornfield that was in the tasseling stages of the corn production. They went through and they did an aerial application with Savanto Prime, and we're seeing right now, is there actually effective control or not? So we're waiting for reports back on that. I visited the field last Friday. When I was there, we did find a few nymphs of leafhoppers, and we found other leafhopper species, but no corn leafhoppers at that time. And that was about 5 days after the about 3 days after the application was made for that insecticide.
Tell us briefly kind of the history of this insect and kind of how it's migrated to the north and what it does to the plant.
Sure. So this insect originated out of Mexico, where they have corn in constant production. So there's kind of this perfect marriage between the corn plant, the insect, which is the corn leafhopper, and the pathogens that it can transmit, which result in corn stunt disease. The insect needs the corn because the corn leafhopper can only reproduce in corn. Those pathogens need the corn leafhopper in order to be able to continue to spread disease. So when we think about this insect, it's going to be a very small insect that is going to be yellowish to tan in color. It's going to have 2 dots between its eyes, in addition to very light halos that surround those 2 dots between the eyes. That's not the only characteristic that sets it apart from other leafhoppers. There's several other leafhopper species that we have that naturally occur in our cropping systems all across Oklahoma and the US that do not cause us problems like the corn leafhopper. So in addition to those 2 spots in between the eyes with the halos, they're also going to have no markings on their wings or on the back of their body, and their face is also going to be clear. So when we get pictures of these insects, we really are asking for a top side view and also an underside view so that we can see these characters to make sure that it truly is a corn leafhopper.
So you're asking producers now to scout and to interact with you and kind of this network of folks who are looking at this in Oklahoma, and it kind of needs to happen right away.
Correct. Right? So the insect right now we think is in its early flights and stages. So over the next 10 to 12 days, we do expect to see this insect start to reproduce in the corn, leading to an increase in populations. Depending on your corn growth stage, if you have vegetative corn, we highly encourage producers to go out with a vacuum so they can modify a leaf blower. And you can easily, within just a couple minutes, go by and suction up the whorls of those vegetative corn plants and then check to see if you have the corn leafhoppers in any of the samples that you've got there. If you're talking about reproductive corn, this is where things get a little trickier. Not only is the corn taller, but the corn leafhopper is going to change its behavior to where it's likely going to be on the undersides of the leaves. So you're going to want to move into the corn very carefully, not to disrupt or move any of the leaves, because the corn leafhopper is going to start darting around. So when you walk into the field, stand still, look around very carefully for a while, and start looking for those small little yellow rice-shaped beings, and then that's whenever you can likely collect them either with a sweep net by going up and down the corn when you're in the field, or you could collect them by a hand vacuum, which you can get off of someplace like Amazon or Walmart, and basically it's just a cordless car vacuum that you can purchase for pretty inexpensive.
And there is a gap in information. I mean, you're doing the best you can with the research so far, but there's a need for research here and in Texas, and you are mobilizing on that front. Talk about
Correct.
that.
So in the upcoming weeks, we are going to have corn going into the ground. So we've been waiting for the insect pressure to arrive in Oklahoma. So we'll have 3 different trials around the state. One here in Stillwater, one over at the Mingo Valley Research Station in Bixby, and then also at our Goodwell Research Station. And I'll be testing out 14 different treatment options options. We'll be doing some in-furrow applications. Currently, that's not something that's labeled for the corn leafhopper, so because I have the R&D certification and I'm the IPM coordinator, I'm able to actually test out those products to help us get information for our producers and also see if there might be a need for us to go ahead and extend some label options for corn leafhoppers. I'll also be trying 11 different foliar insecticide treatment applications. As that information becomes available, I'll be sharing that through my Instagram channel or my Instagram handle, as well as also through the pest e-alerts that we send out through OSU.
So people want to look for those, sign up for those, and then they can also contact their county extension ag educator too.
Correct.
as a path for information.
Yes, correct. We have been working with a number of our county educators on setting out yellow sticky card traps, which is a way to passively monitor for this insect. We really think that should be a combination of tools of this active scouting using the methods I described earlier, and then also that yellow sticky card may be an indicator that they're in your fields, but don't rely on that just alone. The likelihood of them only landing on the sticky card and not on the actual corn itself, if the insect has the option, they're going to go for the corn, which is their resource for reproduction and also for food.
Best of luck to you and the team as you set up this research, and please keep us posted on what you guys learn. And for a link to the materials that Ashleigh talked about, like the e-pest alert, go to sunup.okstate.edu.